Oh my gosh, dude. Here we go. This is about to be insane. Ready? Here we go. So we're going to draw an extra card here off of the Innocence, which is going to trigger double Homunculus. So there's going to be 9 of them triggering for 2 apiece. 2 apiece. 18 extra. We give everything a 1/1 counter and flying, and we smash the opponent absolutely into oblivion. Oh, sorry, Mono Red. We had to do it to you. All right, guys, we got an absolutely ridiculous list for you today, and it revolves around the Homunculus Horde. Just want to give a shout out to my last stream that I did. I believe it was Crafting Gamer who told me to try out the Homunculus Horde with the Elspeth, and did not disappoint. This thing is ridiculous, man. So if you guys are unfamiliar with the Homunculus Horde, it's a 4-mana creature that allows you to create a copy of itself every time you draw your second card per turn, which can go out of control when you pair that with Elspeth, which is going to allow us to double the amount of tokens that we're generating at a time. Because with the Homunculus Horde, when it creates a copy of itself, that copy now can create a copy of itself, creating, you know, double the copies and so on and so forth. And if you add doubling the effects of those copies with Elspeth, things get out of hand very, very quickly. Now, the drawing piece that we want the most of here is Enduring Innocence, because this can come down on 3. And when you play the Homunculus Horde, it does have 2 power. So it draws a card right away, triggering its effect, as opposed to the Caretaker's Talent needing to, you know, be on the field, create a token to draw a card. Innocence is a little bit better here in this build, but the Caretaker's Talent is still very important, especially because we have things like Deduce, which we can draw a card on the opponent's turn and then also create a token, you know, a clue token, which triggers the Caretaker's Talent as well. Because if we can draw 2 cards on the opponent's turn, we can trigger the Homunculus Horde yet again, which is also why we run 3 steps ahead, not only to counter things, but we can create a copy of the Homunculus Horde, which creates a token, which in turn triggers that Caretaker's Talent. Drawing extra cards, yada yada. This also can draw 2 cards, discard a card. It does it all. So this card is extremely good for this deck. And the rest of the deck is pretty much control. And because we are running Temporary Lockdown here as a sweeper of choice for the most part, it really handles a lot of what's going on in the meta. And what's great about this is it actually doesn't hit any of the Homunculus Horde stuff, because everything is 4 mana or higher. You know, even the copies are 4 mana. So really sweet list. And we've played this before, but never with Elspeth. Elspeth absolutely makes everything we're doing these days seem super ridiculous. It's going to be in a lot of our builds, so unfortunately we'll have to get used to that. But enjoy the video, and yeah, we'll see you on the other side. Peace. Raid Shadow Legends is celebrating a staggering 6 years of gaming with over 5 million active users. Now, to celebrate this milestone, they've taken some of the creators they've used over the years and have been turning them into some of the most iconic Raid legends. And they asked me, which legend would you like to be turned into? And I had to go with one of the toughest looking characters I know, Scrapper. All right, this will be my first time looking at this. I'm a little nervous, but here we go. Oh my gosh, no, seriously, that's amazing. That's amazing. I feel pretty bad for Scrapper though, because my face makes him much, much less intimidating. Oh, that's so cool though. I mean, I guess I get a little bit of a glimpse if I were to, you know, gain 100 to 200 pounds of pure muscle, what I'd look like. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty sick, man. That's awesome. Now let me know in the comments down below, if you could be turned into a champion, which one would you choose and why? Now, this isn't going to be the only way they're celebrating their 6 years, of course, because if you know anything about Raid, they are crazy with the giveaways to new players, and this is no different. If you guys download the game using my link in the description right down below, you're going to be the ones walking away with some awesome gifts. By using that link, you will receive an epic hero Zargala for free, along with some other goodies valued up to $60, helping you kickstart your journey on Raid. On top of that, you can also get Supreme Gaelic on your squad just by entering anniversary promo code Supreme6 after download. And it actually works out pretty good because those two are actually a couple. Or if Supreme Gaelic isn't for you, you actually have 3 other heroes you can choose from as well. Maybe you prefer the legendary hero Sun Wukong. If that's the case, make sure to use promo code MONKEYKING, or Alice the Wanderer. You could use promo code GETALICE for this one as well. And Loki the Deceiver, promo code GETLOKI. And lastly, for both new and existing players, you can enter Gameleap for 1 full energy, 10 XP brew, and 100k silver. These promo codes are going to be available for the first 48 hours after downloading using the link in the description right down below or the QR code on screen. Downloading any other way, you're unfortunately going to miss out on all of this good stuff. And lastly, don't forget after starting your raid journey to come find and join our clan, the Mardu Mob. Thanks so much to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video. Now back to some magic. All right, guys, we got another really spicy list for you today. We're doing the homunculi thing. We've done this before in the past, and now we've got Elspeth to, top this deck off. And let me tell you, it can go crazy, and I'm hoping we can showcase some of that today. Hopefully we're able to get, some really big board states brewing here. Up against mono red first, potentially, yeah. Temporary lockdown going to be very key here for this matchup. All right, let's go ahead and play that, and then we'll deduce. But yeah, guys, I know I've definitely been told, and I've seen the comments. I've got a little bit of an issue for sure when it comes to Elspeth. It's been in pretty much every deck build, maybe aside from 2 that I've done since Tarkir. But I love the card, man. It's going to be around for a long time for me. And just expect it to stick around for a long time and get a lot of play with me, because it fits so well into what I like to do. It's not just creature tokens. I like to do weird, tokens in general, like copying, permanents and, artifact tokens like map tokens and all these things. So just expect Elspeth to be, around for a long time on this channel. It's one of my favorites. All right, the opponent, not doing a whole lot here as a mono red player on turn 4. Allows me to get the horde down before I'm even, wanting to pull the trigger on the lockdown, which is really good. Heartfire Hero. I want them to commit more and more to this board. The more the merrier. They're just struggling to find some extra lands here. You'd love to see it. All right, let's go ahead and just activate the token. Get a couple more homunculi. Yeah, things are getting a little out of hand for the opponent here. I could just do this now. I mean, do I need to? Not really. I think I'm just going to pass the turn. I'm going to hit a deduce here. The deduce sounds pretty good. Now, the deduce is not going to trigger the homunculus because I have to draw my second card for the turn. But I mean, as soon as I pull the trigger on this, the game's going to end. The opponent being mono red isn't going to allow us to, have any sort of fun, and, they're not going to stick around for any sort of nonsense popping off here. So expect the concede as soon as I play the temporary lockdown, which is why I'm taking my time on playing it. I want to get the most here out of this out of this opponent. All right, let's draw that second card. Here come the homunculi. We're drawing way too many lands. There's the Elspeth. That's what I'm looking for. And again, I could play the temporary lockdown and really shut down everything here. I'm not going to, though. I want this opponent to stick around as long as possible so I can really meme on them. I'm just going to be cruel here, guys. I'm going to be as cruel as possible to the mono red player. Yeah, you guys are about to see just how silly this Elspeth and homunculus is together, especially with the innocence on the field. It's gonna get crazy. All right, double strike activated. There is no, pump spells being used here. They're pretty much out of, oh, you know what? Shoot, I made a mistake. Could have created a 1/1 there to block. Should have done that. That's my bad. Whoops, gave up a homunculi. Not that it matters. We're still gonna go absolutely nuclear here. Peep this, guys. Peep this. Please don't concede. Please don't concede. I'm gonna give you one more turn here. Don't concede. Boom, boom, boom. No attacks. Pass the turn and we'll discard you. All right. Oh, things are about to get really bad for our opponent here. Next turn, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a double fish token, draw an extra card, trigger double homunculi, and then give everything 1/1 counters. It's gonna be crazy. It is going to be crazy. They give it trample this time. Let's see, 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3. So it takes 3. That's fine. That is a-okay with me. So I've got 9 attackers over the top for 2 apiece. About to be 3 apiece. I love stuff like this, man. We are about to absolutely clown this person right now with this this Elspeth combo. Oh my gosh, dude. Here we go. This is about to be insane. Ready? Here we go. So we're gonna draw an extra card here off of the Innocence, which is gonna trigger double Homunculus. So there's gonna be 9 of them triggering for 2 apiece. 2 apiece. 18 extra. We give everything a 1/1 counter and flying, and we smash the opponent absolutely into oblivion. Oh, sorry, Mono Red. We had to do it to you. GG's though. Holy cow. I love this deck. Man, it is really tough to pull off the full value of what that deck can do. So I'm so happy that game 1 went the way it did, because I mean, I've played so many games, and if you try to pull off the combo, the closer you get to it, the more likely the opponent will actually just straight up concede. And it's such a shame. All right, so we got another opponent probably running that new artifact that creates the monks. I've been seeing a lot of Izzet doing this sort of thing. So temporary lockdown is going to be pretty gnarly here. I'm curious to know if I should pull the trigger on the Get Lost or if I should just wait. I'm going to get the temporary lockdown, so maybe take a little bit of extra damage on these next couple of turns. Should be fine. Is the artifact coming down? I hope so. Yep, there it is. There it is. Whoop, there it is. Can I take the damage though? Because they're going to play an opt or something like that. Something of 1 mana value here to get this triggered, which is going to hit me for a lot here. Ugh, an extra 2 to the face. How about that? All right, so what do we got? 6, 7, 8 more damage. 8 more damage, or I can stop 3 of it now. But I could save this for later though too, to take out something. I think I'll take the 8. All right, let's ruin their day. Temporary lockdown for the win, man. This card, again, is back on top. I'm telling you guys, it's one of the best sweepers you can be playing right now, especially because of this deck. There's been so many variations of this deck, too. Not just Izzet. It's been like Mono Red's been adding that card, as you can tell from the last game. And it's just, it's gnarly, man. This card is absolutely gnarly. All right, and we got Elspeth here. I think they said nice because they drew some really bad cards, but I said thanks when I probably, that's not meant for me. All right, Elspeth is down, and yeah. Sheesh. Sheesh. Sleight of hand. All I got to do is find 1 more temporary lockdown, and this thing's a wrap. I mean, having a Get Lost is very helpful too. All right, the last card in hand is probably more than likely a spell, so this could get up to a 2/3. So I'm just gonna chump block it with the 1/1. As much as double blocking it makes sense because you could kill it, it's not going to, you know, attack in. They're not going to send that into Elspeth unless they anticipate on pumping it up with a spell, because that would be just silly to trade with a 1/1 here. Monstrous Rage, though, still a great way to get around the 1/1 even, because now it's got Trample. I didn't expect them to be that lucky, to be real, but... All right, here we go. Double card draw, double tokens. You love to see it. All right, that time I think they meant nice for me. All right, we got the No More Lies. We've also got the Get Lost. No More Lies probably not going to work too well here with an opponent running really cheap, you know, spells with that much mana on board. They can pay the 3 pretty easily. All right. I think I'm going to just do this. Homunculi, let's go. They don't even know yet. They say nice, but they don't even have a clue yet. I'm gonna leave 4 of these back. There's really no reason to pressure here, like, at all. No reason to pressure. GG's. I mean, we were about to get the horde down and just go crazy, but there was really no reason to. Mono white control basically got that one done. GG's. All right, what do we think of our hand here? Opponent going first, got a good set of removal here. 2 lands is not really great, but I should be able to hopefully surveil into finding a land here, getting at least closer to finding a land. Hate throwing that away, I do, but if I don't find a third land drop here, it's gonna get dicey. All right, so we're doing mono blue, maybe? Surveilling. Oh, no. Come on. No more lives was the play there. I could have countered the reanimation here because they're going to try to reanimate Omniscience. All right, well, this one's an L. I threw away a bad card. I mean, these two cards could get it done. Theoretically, I could blow up the Omniscience when it comes down, but they don't have it in the yard yet, so it's totally fine to play out the Caretaker's Talent and leave mana closed up here because they're not going to be able to Abuelo anything because there's nothing in the yard. I need a counterspell though. 3 steps ahead would be the best option here. Things about to get weird. So here's what we have to hope, guys. Here's what we have to hope. If the opponent does have the Abuelo in hand, we have to hope that they don't have another Omniscience in hand as well. If they do, game's over. Okay, they don't have the Abuelo. That's step 1 is good. They threw away the second Omniscience too. You know they've got to have another one in hand. There's no way. There's actually no way. Plus they could have a counterspell in hand too if they get the first Omniscience down and counter the Get Lost. So I don't know if there's any way out of this one. This is not exactly a great matchup for us unless we have the counterspell. The counterspell could win us the game. Without it, we're in trouble. Yeah, there's nothing I can do here. I mean, a 4th land drops there is really good, but I can't afford to tap out. I just can't. Here we go. Is that the 3rd Omniscience? It is. That might be a big mistake. You never know. Gosh, I wish I could flash these in. If I could flash these in, this game would be over. Attacking him with an 0-3. Let's see how this turns out, Kine. Oh, I see the dispersal. They needed to attack to get it for cheaper. Just so they can surveil here a little bit. They must be really struggling to find Abuelo, which is good. Which is really, really good. Because that means they don't have backup ones to cast if I shut it down for the time being. This is really risky, man. Drawing 2 cards. I hit a land. Shoot, I think I passed the turn here. It at least gives me something to do here, right? Okay, show me the Abuelo. It's got to be time, man. There's no way they don't have it yet. If they don't have Abuelo yet and they're 30 cards deep, yeah, I was going to say, that's kind of crazy. All right, here comes the counterspell to stop me from blowing up their Omniscience. But the question is, do they have a second counterspell? We'll find out right now. We'll find out right now. GG's. GG's. All right, nothing we can do. I don't really feel like sitting through all of this. I guess let's find out if they can unload their hand here or not. Let's see. If they're able to play, if they end up playing an invasion, yeah, GG's. All right. I hate this deck. It's all good though. I mean, what can you do? We did our best. If I didn't throw away that No More Lies, maybe, but they didn't find their Abuelo until way later. They had mana to pay for the No More Lies. I really needed 3 steps ahead there. So on further analysis, actually, it looked like the opponent held open 3 lands at the end on purpose. Like, I think they were waiting to play their Abuelo to make sure they had extra land in order to counter if I did have a counter spell. So I don't know if 3 steps ahead would have worked anyways. Opponent playing Azorius, they probably have Ugin in this deck, I'm guessing. Usually if I see an Iron Crag these days, I'm guessing Ugin. Counter spells are a possibility now, but it looks like they didn't have any priority holds whatsoever there, which means I'm pretty safe to play this out. No counter spells. Ugin is such a problem though. I really need to make sure I have counter spells again. Counter spells seem to be the answer here to these last 2 opponents. They've got 5 mana already to work with. Hover ship. Yeah, that's... Well, that's not colorless, is it? Yeah, that's not colorless, so that wouldn't trigger... That wouldn't trigger the Ugin and its ability. I'm trying to think here. Do I want to deduce or do I want to... Guess we'll do this first. Temporary lockdown is interesting. All right, so I may have to get lost this if it comes down to attack. That'd be kind of nice if it did, so I can get back my innocence here. But if not, I gotta deduce, which is nice. That's really good. So they're doing the Battlefront stuff, which means they are playing the Simulacrum Synthesizer, probably. Oh, okay. They missed. That's so unfortunate. They missed. Elspeth actually seems pretty good here. Elspeth can actually -3 and destroy a creature, but I wish it could destroy any permanent mana value 3. It'd be absolutely busted right now. All right, so the opponent only being able to play a Braided Net here is so good for us. They're just not able to find their synthesizer at the moment. But again, the Iron Crag doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, if I'm being honest. I don't know why they'd have it in a Battlefront deck. That's really nice, though. Guess let's do this first. Let's surveil. And then I think I'm just going to attack here and then leave Fountain Port as an option to maybe draw an extra card. Or a, you know, obviously use up the token here. But I want to leave mana open so I can 3 steps ahead just in case. Here comes the Battlefront. Oh, why did I not counter that? I was so locked in on my next... I was so dialed in and locked in on my play there that I didn't even think about playing the 3 steps ahead to counter their spell. They still missed, though, which is crazy. Can this not take a Planeswalker? Oh, okay. I lucked out. I absolutely should have countered that with the 3 steps ahead. I absolutely lucked out. I spaced out there. That happens a lot with me. I don't play enough counter spells or instant speed magic that I a lot of the times I'll have the counter spell in hand and my brain just like forgets and I hit okay and I just go through the next steps. It's crazy. All right. Opponent though really struggling here, man. All right, so Enduring Innocence seems like the play here. I don't need this for the turn. Still have the mana for the 3 steps ahead counter. Get a couple more tokens, draw an extra card. I'm probably going to play the island over the tap land here just because I could actually end up copying the Innocence too, which would be kind of crazy. All right, pass the turn. Oh, I didn't attack there. I thought they tapped all my creatures down. I still had 1 attacker. Missed out on a 1-point damage. All right, a little bit of a messy game here, guys. I'll slow down. All right, so that's for sure gonna take the Innocence. In response, I could copy the Innocence, or I could just straight up counter this. I guess what's better? I guess copying the Innocence is better because I get 2 as opposed to countering that and still only having 1. Because a copy, you know, we get 2 of them because of Elspeth, so seems pretty good to me. Seems pretty good to me. Look at that. I go from making some really bad mistakes to a pretty good play there. I just slow down and pay attention to what I'm doing. We'll be all right. All right, Homunculus. We don't need to play Caretaker's Talent here. That's too much card draw. Oh, man. Now that's a bomb. Yeah. Yes, it is. You should see my other deck, man. All right. I'm just trying to get the board as crazy as possible. I could have pumped everything up with 1/1 counters. Actually, would I have lethal there if I had done that? All right, I give up on this game. I'm 100% open to the fact that you guys are going to roast me on this one. It's all good. I think I had lethal 2, 4, plus the extra 5. Yeah, I had lethal. I had lethal, I think, on the dot, right? 5, 6, 7. Wait, 5, 6, 7. No, I would have had 7 extra damage. All right, cool. Yeah, we're fine. We didn't have lethal. We did not have lethal. When nature calls, run. All right, cool. We got out of that one. I need a reset there. That was crazy. I don't know what I was doing or what I was thinking. I got a little out of pocket there. But again, I didn't have lethal. I would have had 1 counter on each of these creatures, which would only have resulted in 7 more damage. So we're fine there. It probably was still a better call to put 1/1 counters on there, but I wanted to get the board as crazy as possible. I was looking to use 3 steps ahead to create another copy of the Horde here, which would have triggered this and you know, Elspeth doubling these. And then next turn I could have swung in for like, what, 50 damage? It would have been crazy. So that's what I was trying to do. All right, we're gonna get a chance to go first here. This hand looks pretty good. We're gonna try to lock in here on this one, guys. I do want to say in my defense, now I don't defend myself often. I'm usually the first one to roast myself on mistakes, but it is very difficult to, you know, convey your thoughts to everybody on exactly what it is you're doing when you're trying to do it at the same time as, you know, actually making the plays and thinking them through. It gets a little difficult. So hope you guys can bear with me with that. It's always been something I struggle with. That's a really good counter spell right here on that because if it had come down, it has haste and it also generates treasures after it's killed. So can't have that. Visionary. Okay, so they're probably going to be leaning into the idea of, you know, Crater Hoof, I would imagine, right? A little bit of ramp. Okay, GG's. Well, that was easy. The opponent not wanting to finish that game out. I don't know why. I mean, okay. All right, opponent going first here, but we do have a temporary lockdown, and I'm happy with that. So let's make it work here. So get lost there too. A lot of defensive pieces here, which is always good when you're going second. Fatal Passage though with red. Doing some Boros stuff. All right, so temporary lockdown gonna absolutely eat the opponent's, you know, eat the opponent's lunch, as some would say. We're gonna let this get through. If I pull the trigger on the temporary lockdown now, the deuce is not gonna be as good. So let's do this. I couldn't have casted the deuce on the end step anyways, and that's because these guys don't actually allow us to cast a spell during the opponent's turn, which is pretty busted. I forget about that sometimes, being a newer card. All right, we're gonna do this right now because I want to draw a land. Missed. All right, we missed the land drop, but I did get an Enduring Innocence, which is, you know, the key role player here with the Horde. I just really hope I draw a land here. Yikes. Okay. Hopefully no exiling pieces here. Sheltered by Ghosts comes to mind. I don't think they're gonna have that though. War Leader's Call, that's fine. That's fine. I'll trade. Gain a little bit of life back, and then I get my enchantments. I can't play this yet. Oh man, they're really killing me here. Guess we'll play another one. Really? Okay, come on now. Okay, I don't need a third one. I guess we'll send that away. That's crazy, man. Don't make me lose a game this way. All right, they're gonna get another goblin here. Brutal. All right, what do we want to do here? Unbelievable. We really just missed again. That's crazy. Okay. Sometimes the games be like that. I'm gonna go ahead and just use a Get Lost right now because I don't want to discard the hand size if I don't have to. This is absurd though, man. Oh my gosh. All right, we're in trouble. We're in a lot of trouble here, guys. We shouldn't be. We should be very well established by now. You know what is kind of interesting here? I think I should blow this up. I should have probably done that last turn. But I think that's the call. 3, 4. Okay. 4 damage here. Oh my gosh, we gotta land, guys. We gotta land. What do we do with it? I think we gotta go with the Horde, right? Able to block the 1/1s pretty well. Not able to really pull the trigger here on the Sunfalls though. So we got a couple of things we can do on this next turn. I'm thinking, oh wow, they take the temporary lockdown. Really? I didn't expect that. I thought for sure they'd take one of the hordes there, but that makes sense actually. Do I Sunfall the board and get back the temp? Well, no, that'd be silly. Do I Sunfall the board with the homunculus on it? That's my big question here. Or is temporary lockdown enough and we can keep chumping the heavy here? Pretty tough decision. The opponent is actually struggling to hit land drops though as well. And they don't swing in here with the big heavy. That's a pretty big hit. All right. All right. Let's do this to create more homunculus and then temporary. Then we'll do the temporary lockdown. That seems pretty good. I'm down. Homunculus grow. I'm gonna draw some more cards. Definitely gonna have to discard the hand size here. That's fine. Temporary lockdown. Eat up all the value on board here from them. Sheltered by Ghost even gets taken, which is not what I really care for, but at least it loses lifelink, right? No attacks. 2 cards go. I mean, we're cooking now, guys. Don't call it a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. Lightning Helix is desperation on the homunculus. We love that. We love that. 3 steps ahead on the opponent's turn is going to be so sick. Okay, they get back to temporary lockdown again. That's fine. At this point, we're pretty far ahead. Those are a problem, though. I'm going to be honest. Those are a very big problem. Sheltered by Ghost on the token. Okay, I thought maybe the innocence there, but they choose the token instead. I hate to do it, but I might have to pull the trigger on the Sunfall at some point in this game. I don't want to lose my homunculus, but can I really keep defending if they're going as wide as they are? Because these are going to create 2 mobilized tokens here. So if I go with this, copy that, I get 6 total blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 attackers. I mean, that seems good enough. I might get a get lost too, you never know. If I do, I can blow something up here. All right, here we go. No more lies. I guess that's helpful. I can counter something. Yeah, that's pretty good. Deduce is actually going to create me a lot more blockers too. I just realized that that's actually super good because what's going to happen here is the Caretaker's Talent's going to also draw me a card off of the Deduce token, drawing 2, which triggers the homunculus. So actually no more lies is the secondary option here. This is going to be such a good turn. Because you got to think the opponent probably wants to swing in. Oh, I can't Deduce on their turn. I forgot about the victories. Gosh darn it, dude. I completely forgot about the victories. Dude, that ability is wildly good. All right, well, we're kind of actually stuck here on second thought. Man, okay, what's my next move then? And we're not dead here. I'm just trying to think what my next move on my turn is then, because we kind of have to maximize our... Oh, wow, they don't swing with everything here? I thought they were going to send these guys in. Okay, just buying me some time then. That's good. That's pretty good. Let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, using its ability there to blow up this, but it has War 2 could have been absolutely nasty because we get back a temporary lockdown and it would take up the rest of their field. Yeah, they're GG in here, right? Because these hordes are about to go off like crazy. All right, we made it. We got to the next level of diamond. There's no going back for at least a game or two, so that's good. All right, we have an interesting choice at hand here. Our opponent's going first. Hand doesn't look bad, but I don't have the ability to play anything because I don't have double white. I think a mulligan there is the way to go. And we're rewarded. I like this. Actually, let's send this away because it's basically just a white land without the basics anyways. All right, here we go. Cave. All right. High noon. Ooh, how's that gonna play a factor in this game? I think. I wonder. I don't think I wonder. That was the right word there. Chose the wrong word there. All right, we deduce. So we know the opponent's a control player, right? I mean, we've deduced that much. Get it? Yeah, sorry about that. All right. Okay, get lost. That's tough. Should have maybe played the Innocence on second thought, but I had tokens on the field, so I figured Caretaker's Talent was the way to roll. So we're a Boros Battlefront deck, so they're going to be trying to get the Urbrask's Forge. Yep. They get another High Noon, sure. How do we feel about the Forge? Is there a way for us to really kind of deal with that? Not really that I can think of top of mind. Maybe. I think we just got to outscale it, to be honest. Let's go. Draw a card. Another deduce. Another Battlefront. That's pretty good. Can't lie, that's pretty good. There's their Caretaker's Talent. All right, they're rolling here. They're absolutely rolling. Sunfall's irrelevant. How do we handle this? No artifact removal. That's really good, but I need other things down first if we're gonna have a chance at that. All right, so we'll do this. See if we can get a land drop here, maybe. Yes. All right. Put a 1/1 counter, maybe. No land. That's fine though. We do need lands. Here we go. Got a pretty good next turn here. Homunculus Horde, and then we follow it up with the Elspeth, and we should be able to win the game. But these forges are hitting hard, man, and they're drawing a lot of cards. Wow, a third one too. Yeah, not looking good. I could block, gain 2 life. Yeah, I should probably mitigate as much of this as I can. They do have trample, but I feel like gaining the 2 life, you know, basically washes out the 3 damage that we take there. All right, here we go. Homunculus Horde. And then we just gotta hope we can get there, man. All right, you know what's really good too, though, is I gotta deduce. I can play it on their turn and get more homunculus. This is actually gonna be nice. All right, we're chilling. And this time it's all good because, oh no, 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 no. You're kidding me, man. Well, that single-handedly just ruined our entire game. Darn it. All right. Yep, they shut us down. Wow. Torch the tower in hand, ready to go. That or Lightning Helix could have done it, and now they pumped their whole field of tokens too. Pretty good, man. Boros tokens is pretty on fire at the moment. That's too much damage, right? Sure is. It sure is. All right, well, we'll take the L on that one. They just happened to have the right card at the right time. We were actually in a really good spot there to go off with the board because the deduce drawing us 2 cards would have had it trigger, you know, an additional time, but GG. All right, I'm going first here. This will definitely be our last game. I'm trying to squeeze an extra one in here so we can, I'm having a really good time with this deck, so I want to play one more. Temporary lockdown gonna be really good here. Guessing this is gonna be that Izzet deck that wants to go really fast with the artifact. I gotta learn that artifact's name because it's really good. Yeah, this one. Corey Steel Cutter. I'm gonna try to burn that into my mind because clearly a really good card that's gonna be sticking around for a while. That's a pretty sweet card to put in the deck just to trigger that second spell for the turn. I can see why they did that. Pretty solid. But we're gonna go ahead and ruin their day here. This temporary lockdown absolutely destroys this deck. Hopefully we get another one though, because they could easily, you know, do it all over again. I hate how they keep touching it though, like they have something to bounce it or something. I guess bouncing it wouldn't be very good though, would it? Ooh. All right. Hopefully they've got some pump spells here. I doubt it, but you never know. I mean, it could have pump spells because they are trying to cast multiple spells per turn. So pump spells wouldn't be that surprising. Huh? What are you doing? Why are you touching the lockdown? What do you got? You are gonna bounce it. Wow. Do I allow them to bounce this guy though? If they bounce this, they're probably playing this on the end step. I'm just gonna replay it. I don't understand. Okay, I'm still gonna do this. I don't want that to go back to their hand. I want their hand to be as, you know, drained as possible here. Play the cutter. You can't play it any other time. You might as well, right? All right, that's a pretty good card off the top. Another creature I got to deal with, unfortunately, and it's got flying too to top it all off. If they play that, 2 mana left over. I'm sure they can play that second card in hand. Is Elspeth really the play here, and then temporary lockdown, or is that too greedy? I might be being too greedy here. I don't know. I think I have the time to set it up though. Could be greedy. It's a land. Okay, we like that. We like that. All right, let's cook. Let's cook, man. Let's take everything from the opponent here, forcing them to have to use their, you know, this town ain't big enough. And if they use this town ain't big enough, they're gonna have a creature down to, you know, cast it on. So, oh, they plot it. Really? Really? I did consider giving my creatures flying here to block this for that next turn, but it doesn't really matter, I don't think. We have 10 life. We should be fine. Deduce is gonna draw me some more cards here, but maybe I hold on to Deduce. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to think if I want to hold on to this to try to double up on the Horde play, but... Splitter. Ah, this way I can bounce. Okay, got it. Okay. So we're going to play this again. Yeah, so we'll hold off on the Deduce for now because we're going to play this again. Opponent really going in here. I just don't know how they're going to pull this off. I really don't. Okay, Splitter goes off, pumps all these guys. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. I'm surprised they played the Splitter there and not holding on to it, knowing that we're going to temporary lock down the field here. All right. Attack. Temporary lockdown, GG's. Let's go. Temporary lockdown, I'm telling you guys, single-handedly just absolutely obliterates that deck. It's a must-have if you're going to be seeing a lot of that, so, which I'm sure you will. GG's though. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and thank you so much again to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video. And please don't forget to show them some love by downloading the game today by using the link in the description below. We'll see you guys on the next video. Till next time, peace out.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Fizzy, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.